So Jay, I was ear hustling on a video, and it was a gentleman talking about really sort of, I'll say, the woes of entrepreneurship, talking about paying staff, owning a business, staff not showing up, not doing right, but that's the part of entrepreneurship that people don't talk about or discuss. And he was just really being real about his experience, how he was treated, etc. So I'd like to know your thoughts about that when it pertains to entrepreneurship, really about the things that people don't see.
Yeah, that brother was going through it. The thing that he said that he was trying to, it stuck out to me, was he was spending a lot of time trying to keep people employed to take care of their family, but he was still living in the hood, and him and his family was going without. Man, that hit my heart because I know what that looks like. I know what that looks like. And then he said his daughter would come to him and ask, why can't he make more money? Because it was things that she wanted. I've literally been in somewhat of a situation like that when I'm sitting in a house that's 1,400 square feet and my daughter, I'm going to friends' houses who houses are double the size of mine, and I'm friends with these people, and she's like, why we don't have a house like that? And I'm the entrepreneur, right? But and the kids don't understand it, but you're asking for a life, at least for a portion of it, of sacrifice when you become an entrepreneur. And now people are, again, I always say they get it twisted with working for yourself and becoming an entrepreneur. It's two different things. When you become an entrepreneur, you are going to suffer at first. And when you bring on employees, oh my God, that's it. That's the ultimate. Because you can't expect them to have your match your intensity, because it's not their vision, it's yours. They're there for their check. That's why I always tell people, hire people for what they want and see if what they want aligns with what you want. But give them what they want if you can. If not, get rid of them, because they're only going to do what they need to do to get what they want. Some of them is a check. Some of them is a learning experience. Some of it is a step up. Get that out of the way in the damn interview. What are you here for? How can this job help you? What be your best situation? If you can't, don't bring them in there. Because don't think they're going to get a conscience someday and say, well, they treat me well, let me do right. No, hell no. All they care is that check go there on Friday or every other Friday, 1st and 15th. And so the brother was talking about how he was abused, people stealing from him. You know what I'm saying? He's paying people way more money than they're supposed to be paid, double people's salaries, things of that nature. And none of them care. None of them respected that. This is what you're asking for when you go into business. But more importantly, when you go into business unprepared, and you go into business that and not understanding what it's going to take. It doesn't have to be that way, but he thought that people was going to have a heart and be more humanistic towards him. It don't work that way, man. We've all either participated or saw people work at McDonald's and bring food home, steal, do whatever. People still at the register, all that other stuff like that. They didn't care about that franchise that owned that store. They didn't care about them. And so if that franchisee was smart, he fired him. You got to hire fast and fire faster. You got to go through all these hiccups until you find the right staff, you find the right situation. But you cannot put these people in front of the business. You got to separate yourself from the business. He was already saying, I put him in front of me. That was the wrong thing. The business needs to be something separate. If you need to figure it out, you might need to go back to work and have a business running. But we're afraid of that. Once we go out to that business and we see that money, we like, hey, that's my money. Nah, man, your business is your baby. You're not telling your child once you birthed her or him and you gave all that knowledge and information into them and they go make their money in their job, oh, that's my money. No, it's not how that works. You are creating a new entity. And if you need money to take care of your family in the interim while you're building it up to where it's supposed to be, then go get a job. This will ease a lot of that stress. And then it'll make it easier for you to just get rid of people when it's time to, because you have no attachment. You know what I'm saying? Get you a real manager. If you're not a manager, get a manager who knows how to do it. Because maybe you have a heart and you don't want to fire them. But get you a manager who has a problem with getting rid of people tomorrow. You know, you got to make these hard choices in business. And a lot of people are truly not prepared for it. They just know how to do something very, very good. And they don't want to do it for somebody else. And so they choose to do it for themselves. And then they get burnt when they start to run a business out of it. Yeah, you can go make your own money, but you start needing help, and you cannot almost never gauge how other people are going to react. You don't know what's going on in their household. You don't know what they're dealing with. They could have came in the first 6 months straight. Something could have changed. Lost somebody, you know, been in financial dire straits, anything, and then they're going to take advantage of you, not show up to work, steal from you, whatever. You got to be prepared for that if you're going to be a successful business owner. But a lot of people just don't think that far down the road. They just think about, hey, I can make some money right now.